Well, I think a lot of you guys were looking to tune into this and see a bunch of different action shots and a better overview video. That was really my intentions. It really was. I got started late, and I only had about 1,000 gallons of fertilizer to put down, and working out the bugs of the sprayer, I guess is the best way to say it. Ryan actually left a bug in the sprayer that I'll say that he probably didn't even know was an issue. For those of you that don't know, my brother used the sprayer to put down approximately 12 and a half to, I think it was 12 and a half acres out of my parents' place, and that was a watered down side dress mix. It wasn't straight 32, it wasn't 28, it was a pretty healthy mix of fertilizer that was actually meant to be put down through the cultivator on my corn. So watered down rather heavily, yes. I am putting down straight 32. 32 and one other product. I mean, that's it. It's a very straightforward mix. But when Ryan was coming home the other day or when he was spraying with it out at his place, a weld broke on the lock up for the booms, so it unfolded itself. Well, I do know that when Ryan got done spraying, the sprayer worked, albeit for the couple of issues that he had when he was running it that I already was aware of. Well, I took this out today, filled it all the way full of material, or not material, full of fertilizer, went and turned the pump on, and I had a gusher coming out the end of the boom, the very end of the boom, actually the end of the boom that you're currently looking at. One of the T-jet fittings was cracked completely in half. Not a little cut, not a little break in it. It was literally split right in two. Luckily enough, we had the parts back at the farm that we had to run back and get. It took no more, it did not take even 5 minutes to get it running again, which is good. So right now I'm using the on-track, and I'm using the ag leader monitor to control the sprayer. The issues I have with the sprayer that I have to address is, actually this is all stuff found out after I had run it for a while that was pretty much unavoidable. My pressure gauge actually gave out halfway through the day, and it's completely junk. I mean, it was actually had a pretty good stream of fertilizer shooting out the top of it. I'm going to replace the whole end of that whole assembly altogether. I'm just going to put a cap on it and cap off the pressure gauge altogether. I'm not really too worried about the pressure gauge. If I need to put it back on and get a different gauge, of course, there's another spot directly behind the cab. I think you can see it from that flow control meter. It's a square box right behind the tractor seat, or on the sprayer. You can see it's right above my elbow. There's a T-fitting that's actually meant to have a gauge on it. I'd put it right there. That plus the lift arms, I didn't actually tighten it up or tighten the arms up so they were allowed to sway more than I would have liked. That's a minor issue that when I go to hook it up next time, I'll just simply connect them properly. The boom. On one of the booms, if you guys are watching my rebuild sessions earlier this year when I was working on the sprayer, I welded up one of the boom sections where it swivels and it pivots, like the breakaway feature that allows it to fold it up and everything. Wear and tear from the previous owner allowed it to actually keeps the boom from staying true, as in the groove it's supposed to be in. My fix for the other side of the boom that didn't give me any issues at all was a farmer fix. I went in and I welded both sides on that cast piece. Put a couple heavy beads of weld right on top of each other, stacked them, and that would actually allow me to fold the boom up. I mean, it takes a little bit of pressure, but it actually holds the boom straight so it doesn't break away quite so easily. Because the problem is, when I get on some of these hills that this farm inevitably has, my left boom, as I'm sitting in the tractor seat, led it to actually sway backwards. So I was actually pulling it at more of an angle, a curve. than I would have really liked. So that right there is a simple fix, and then I actually have a clamp on the whole assembly right behind the seat again where that flow control was. That is actually bad. I need to fix that, and then I should have all of the leaks that I'm aware of fixed. So looking forward to having the sprayer done. I really did intend, I had my camera mounts, my cameras with me and everything else, but it just simply got too late in the day. I had people calling me because I have people that are looking to get a hold of me, and when I'm down here, my service is completely in the gutter. I can't get a hold of anybody. So putting down 20 gallons to the acre, and it really did work really well once I got the on track and everything set up. I mean, it takes a little bit to get everything set up the way you liked, but running the on track and using the smart track, the smart path, and the straight track back and forth really did a nice job of putting the fertilizer right down where it needed to be, and I wasn't doing any more overlapping than I need to, which saved me fertilizer. I actually was able to cover about 60 acres. Not as much as I would have liked, but no, wait, let me rephrase that. That's as much as I would have liked to cover, actually a little bit more, because I didn't have nearly as much overlap with actually running the on track and running the section control and shutting off when it needed to, so I wasn't just double spraying areas. But the thing is, as I only had 1,000 gallons and I needed closer to 1,600, somewhere between 1,600 and 2,000 gallons. The plan is to work on the sprayer, get that ready to go again, which a couple hours. I'm really do intend to actually have you guys kind of watch as I'm working on it. Also, the bottom, if you guys saw my last video, the bottom, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. I know I certainly can't make it all. It is the name of the game. It's not me complaining. It's just what it is. We're going to try to see if we can't make a little bit of it tomorrow, or part of it tomorrow, so we can salvage what we can. We went out and checked it tonight while I was spraying, or once at the end of the day of spraying, and it actually doesn't look too bad. The ground's a little soft right in the driveway out to the field, but once you get out towards the river more, it sounds kind of odd, but the closer you get to the river, the drier the field is. So the goal is to try to get some of it made so the regrowth can come back, and then when the field does get dried down, granted I might have to drive on some of this regrowth, so I do run the risk of burning some of it with streaming on fertilizer, but the goal is to go ahead and try to get some fertilizer down and let the regrowth come back. It's July 13th right now. I have no intentions of cutting any more hay down here until the 25th of August and later, ideally somewhere between the 1st and the 15th of September. But the corn and beans are growing pretty fast. We're 2 weeks ahead of last year, so plenty of work to go around. So I'll just leave it at that. So go to How Farms Work. I think Ryan caught some of what we were working on down here. Problem is, Ryan had an appointment he had to get to, so I think he's putting floors in his house or something. I haven't actually had a chance to really talk to Ryan even. So I don't know. Hopefully we can get one more day of spraying fertilizer down. I don't think I'm doing any more for my parents, so maybe once more of actually using the sprayer, and all that work was pretty well for naught. If I had it ready and available, I could have used it after first crop, and what I just cut here lately would have been great. My regrowth probably would have been a lot better, but just the deck of cards that I had stacked against me. So, and I will say I did find out that this ground is heavy, or it's sloped pretty heavily. With a full tank of fertilizer behind you, you got to be really, really careful of where you're at. I had the front tires off the 46 twice today. I had the tires off the ground on the 46 on a steep enough hill that I thought I was fine on. I mean, I actually had about 2/3 of a tank in the sprayer, and I actually rode up the hill on just the rear tires of the tractor. That was pretty exhilarating. I'm pretty glad that wasn't on camera. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys understand where I'm at, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. I'll try to keep you guys back in the loop in future videos. So until next time, I'll talk to you later.